What comes to mind when you think about creating a new product? Would you believe me if I told you that it took countless hours of preparation, months of research, and a handful of mistakes? Hi, my name is Charlie Mabe, and today I'm here with Kennedy Briggs, Arlette Johnson, and Timothy Wright as DNC Consulting. The purpose of today's presentation is to show The Forge, our partner firm, our recommendations for their workforce development program. Throughout this presentation, we will be discussing primary and secondary research, concepts and prototype summary, and most importantly, our recommendation and launch plan for The Forge's workforce development program. Now that you know the agenda for today, let's start off with secondary research.
To start this project, we conducted secondary research in the form of using databases, articles, and journals, amongst other things. Our three main focuses were homeless and unemployed individuals, marketing and entrepreneurship, and the economy. To begin this presentation, I will start with homeless and unemployed individuals. Now, this aspect of our research was important for us to conduct because the Forge wanted to use homeless and unemployed individuals in their workforce. The notion of having unemployed and homeless individuals in the makerspace has previously raised notions such as, will other patrons attend if they are still here? And is the technology too advanced for homeless and unemployed individuals? These are concerns that staff of Makerspace in Dakota, called the Innovation Lab, had. Amanda Feist runs that Makerspace, and she said that when allowing homeless and unemployed individuals in her Makerspace, this caused no issues, and none of those concerns were found out to have any credit to them. It actually made the Makerspace more positive to have those individuals there. Next, I will go to the point of marketing the Makerspace, or marketing in general. Mintel stated that 14.7% of the labor force is currently unemployed. Marketing the Forge's mission to help this population and getting people to participate in the Forge is much easier now than it ever has been before. This is proven by Mintel again in some of their research. Mintel says that, quote, as DPI, disposable personal income, increases, consumers have more freedom to make decisions based on their beliefs rather than their income and being restricted by their wallet. This lets us know that more individuals are willing to donate to the Forge's cause and community service as a whole than they were before. Lastly, I will go to my last point on entrepreneurship and the economy. Makerspaces are now encouraging and fostering a new wave of entrepreneurs. With Makerspaces, entrepreneurs have the freedom to build their businesses without having to worry about big manufacturers holding their inventory and things like that. They can just make it all in Makerspace themselves. Eric Joseph Van Holm says that Makerspaces have a nationwide impact on the economy in 4 particular ways. I will list the ways now. Number 1, Makerspaces create cultural change by motivating makers to pursue entrepreneurship within their community. Since Makerspaces have the tools needed to make many products, anybody can now follow their dreams and make the products. Point 2, Makerspaces often support small or local businesses by providing services. The Forge has done that for a local restaurant by making custom sculptures for them. Point 3, Makerspaces provide training and or experience for the workers. This is true because Makerspaces like the Forge include laser cutting, welding, and pottery, which can be transferred into other fields. Point 4, Makerspaces increase the effort of employers to keep their workers. Since you gain the skills, your employers want to keep you more. Again, I talked about our research, secondary research, and our main focuses being homeless and unemployed individuals, marketing, and entrepreneurship and the economy. Thank you.
Good day. My name is Arlette Johnson. Now I'll be presenting the primary research for Group 5, DNC Consulting. For our primary research, we did surveys, observations, and interviews. Through these, it helped us find out what was the best items for our product. In the interview, we found out that Goodwill had similar storytelling to the Forge. That means they help the homeless by giving them jobs and also finding them places to live. We found in another interview that finding your target market, such as the homeless or unemployed, is the best way to figure out which products to create. Thirdly, we found out that human resources is important in finding the right kind of employees that will help your company fulfill its vision. Human resources is defined as the process of screening and selecting prospective employees, Bestel 2019. For implications, we found out that skills learned at the Forge can be used at many different jobs. We also saw that they should be aware of the different machines and technologies they have in their workspace, so that they can find out the best product that can be made there. Finally, Tinker Mitchell stated, "I do the groundwork." Mitchell 2019. This helps us to know that surveys and observations are some of the best ways to find out information. For our survey, we found out that consumers really appreciate the quality of a product. They said they're more interested in buying products such as the passport holder or dog collar if they had better material. We also found that consumers like things that were relatable to them. Either they knew somebody who had a dog collar, or they themselves had a dog and might need a dog collar. In the end, we decided the dog collar was the best product to create. For our observation, we went to the Salvation Army. There we found a variety of workers and useful managers. They told us that their most sold product was home goods. Also, that the age group that most frequented there was 20 through 50, which is also a similar age group to the Forge. This tells us that home goods would probably be a great seller if we made something like that in the Forge. In conclusion, we found that interviews, observations, and surveys were the best way to get ideas about our products. Apple, at its core, Apple is about people who want to have a passion about doing things and can change the world. Steve Jobs, 2014. This is how we need to see the Forge when they create their product. Thank you.
After conducting our primary research, we now are going to start to go into our concepts and prototypes. First, beginning with concepts, we wanted to go through the divergent step, which is basically the ideation phase where we come up with ideas of what we think would be good to present to the Forge. Through that process, we also went through an explore step. In this step, we had to evaluate what kind of working space we're going to be working in. So we know that with the Forge, it's a maker space. So we had to evaluate the equipment that they have and make sure that our ideas match up with that. Next, we went into the convergent phase. The convergent phase is basically, we used a website called Stormboard, and individually, we all as group members were able to come up with our own personal ideas. We were able to put all of our judgments aside and come up with ideas that we thought were completely crazy or ideas that we thought were really, really great, and then narrow that down based off of a voting process within our group. We narrowed it down from 120 to 6 and then to 3. And our top 3 prototypes were a passport holder, a coaster, and also a dog collar. So out of those 3, we were able to kind of narrow it down. It was great. Then through the prototyping phase, we were able to go to a site where we were able to create our prototypes using all different types of resources and materials and come together as a group to make sure that it all aligned and what we thought would be an ideal prototype. So for example, with our coasters, we made it out of wood. For our passport holder, we made it out of like this material. I can't even describe it. It was a different type of material, but it was kind of hard to work with and we had to sew it. And not every group member knew how to sew, so it took a really long time to make sure that our process was beneficial. And so after we created our prototypes, we took pictures, created a survey. We went through a survey process asking random people what they think about our prototypes and which one they thought was going to be the best. And in the end, we were able to choose a prototype that we thought was good to present to the Forge.
We as DNC Consulting are recommending that the Forge produce dog collars for their product for the Workforce Development Program. A dog collar takes 3 simple components: nylon webbing as the fabric, plastic side release buckles for the closure, and D-rings to hook leashes and dog tags on. Overall, per collar, material cost would only be $1.08. When you factor in the labor, we believe that it would only take 1 hour to produce 1 dog collar, therefore $15 an hour. It would total $16.08 in production cost overall per collar. We are suggesting that the Forge sells these collars at $25 per unit. This is a very reasonable price. Dog collars sell between $10 and $30 on average, and when you factor in the narrative that the Forge will have with this workforce development program, people will be more inclined to buy. We're hoping that in the first year, at $25, the Forge should sell around 1,500 units. This is on the low side, of course. However, if they do successfully sell all 1,500 of those units, the Forge should see at least $13,000 in profit after that first year. After doing some market analysis, we've seen that almost 50,000 individual leashes, collars, and harnesses combined were purchased just in Greensboro, North Carolina within the past 12 months. This shows us that pet products are very important to the people around Greensboro and would be absolutely willing to pay for a product such as this. When it comes to marketing this program and the product, we suggest that the Forge uses online resources such as social media. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook are free and simple programs to use when it comes to getting your word out there, and we believe that this is the best way to market the dog collars. As far as selling goes, we believe that online retail would be the Forge's best bet. Since they already have a website up and running, we believe that they should just add a section onto their website to sell directly through. That way they could track how many products are going through, and also if a visit to their website intrigued customers in other aspects as well. Over the past 3 months, we as DNC Consulting have seen the ins and outs of the Forge and what it's going to take to develop this workforce development program. Promoting hands-on learning, influencing the underemployed and unemployed members of our community, and creating extra revenue for their company, we believe that the Forge is on the right path to solving a major issue within Greensboro, North Carolina. If the Forge takes our recommendations into consideration, we believe that they will have a solid plan for implementing their workforce development program in the year of 2020. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact us at 336-782-5789 or at dncconsulting@gmail.com. Thank you.